ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Turnbuckle Studios and the Boar's Nest proudly bring to you its Raw Preview Review Show with your host. He's Bubba Duke, I'm OMD, and underneath us is the right hand of the Boar's Nest, the Bulkster. Welcome to the show, brothers. How we doing?
Great, man.
How's Wonderful.
Bulkster? Is the Bulkster in Bulkster mode? Are you ready?
What you know, brothers?
Yeah, buddy. There we go. I was going to say you chicken parm eating beautiful man. So welcome again, everybody. This is the best way to kick off the week of wrestling is to review and preview this week and last week. So let's get started with the Raw review. OMD, I know you have a certain match you want to cover. Get her done.
I want to cover probably the hardest hitting banger after banger after banger of last week. And I am talking Sheamus and Braun Breaker.
Yes, that was a
You thought I was going to go with banger, didn't you?
Burger.
Sheamus looks to be back into far better shape already.
He's close to being in as good a shape as he's been in a while. So I can't complain. He's definitely come back for this, whether it's the last run he makes or, we see Sheamus around for 10 more years. Who knows?
Yeah, I can't see him being around for 10 more years, but a few more years at least. I'm thinking he's probably got, if this isn't his last run and he gets injured again, he's got one more run in him.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to see that whole generation of Sheamus, Orton, Cena, all of them sort of announce their retirement together.
Isn't Cena pretty well retired now?
Very much so, and he says he's got a little bit left. He wants to end it before he's past it. Like, he doesn't want to be that guy that's coming back like Dwayne.
I love how you always shit on The Rock. It's so great. So yeah, this was a hell of a match, but there was some shenanigans at the end.
Yeah.
Which we will get to when we're doing the preview for this week's Raw. Because I feel some more shenanigans are going to happen this week with these two gentlemen and some other guys.
I think you're going to see a little bit more shenanigans, but it's going to result in something for the two of them against each other.
Yeah.
Whether it's at Money in the Bank or at SummerSlam in a month and a half's time.
What's the paper? Oh yeah, never mind. That was
Money in the Bank.
I'm thinking. Yeah, it's August where I'm thinking there's two of them, one at the beginning of the month, one at the end of the month.
That's August.
Yeah, I'm way ahead of myself. But so yeah, Sheamus ended up winning that by DQ because of shenanigans. But whatever, it is what it is. It was a hell of a match. Both gentlemen are hard hitters, and you could tell that they were hitting pretty hard.
Yes.
I mean, they weren't stiffing each other to no point, but it was definitely harder than they would have a match with anybody else, because I'm sure both guys went, give me your best. And
that's also that European strong style, right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Sheamus is Irish. Ludwig is German.
Yeah. That's coming up this week, though. Mr. Bulkster, which match did you pick?
I didn't really pick a match. I picked
Did you want to do one? Oh, yes. You picked a segment. We'll wait to do yours, because that's got to wait, because that's an important piece of information that happened. I picked Carlito and Dragon Lee. This was my first time actually watching Dragon Lee fight like in a live aspect. I have done some research on the gentleman because of him being the next Lucha King, the face of Lucha Libre. So I had to do some research. Wow, what a match! Before there was any like little interruptions or anything in that match, because there was some shenanigans. It was a great match. Both guys hit their spots perfect. There was one little hiccup, and we called it because we all seen it. We're like, "Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen,"
Right.
but guys just kept going like it was nothing, which is shows their level of professionalism and bring awareness to the point of, yeah, no, we both realize we screwed up, but let's just keep going.
Yep.
Like that never happened. Let's just keep going.
Yep.
Let's look better from here out.
Yeah.
And they literally picked up the match, and it just got that much better.
Yeah. Now, for me, this was, I mean, the focal point in this match was Dragon Lee getting his revenge for Carlito turning on.
Yes.
Okay, great. But for me, this was a match that, again, didn't need to happen. We didn't need the shenanigans between the LWO and the Judgment Day because we're all tired of it.
It's kind of becoming a dead horse at this point, yeah.
We all know that it's going to once again lead to Dom versus Ray.
Well, thank you for showing up, Chris Best, aka Commander Data. How you doing, my friend?
Good evening, Mr. Best.
I agree with you, but again, it's kind of Ray's last hurrah, and he wants his kid to retire him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get why they're going to do it. I understand, but that horse is dead. Leave it dead.
Right.
Please. I could have picked 600 different people that I would have put up against Ray for his last match.
Right.
Literally.
I would have brought Chavo out of retirement.
Literally. That would have been probably the most fitting person aside from Dom to put that career to rest, so to speak.
Yeah.
Why not have Eddie's nephew come in and say, listen, no, your kid's not doing that. I'm doing it out of respect for your best friend, my uncle, that man right there on my wall, Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
That I would pay to see. I would buy tickets for that shit.
I would even pay money to see Ray 619 the Bulkster in his retirement match.
How about Hoopintude?
There you go. There's another one.
Bring the juice.
Bring the juice.
Hoovy,
the juice has been in this town a couple of times, actually.
Yep. Who the hell is Hoovy?
Right? Like anybody could be better than Dominic.
Ryback.
Shut the front door. I'm going to punch you in the teeth when I come down there now. Really? Dude, like, I just want to shut the show down now. Be like, no, we're good. See you. Have a good night.
Chicken farm.
Chicken farm. We would start that chant. And everybody just be looking at us and be like, well, whatever.
Right.
But no, I feel that it should be somebody else, honestly. But I get why they're doing what they're doing, and it is what it is. And like, I would even have liked to see Dragon Lee end his career.
Dragon Lee, I'd be all for.
Why the hell not? The dude is literally the next greatest luchador that has come out since Ray himself. You know,
Andrade, like, who said, you know, I've wanted to face you, and I've wanted to team with you.
Hasn't there been some whispers that there's a certain AEW Lucha Libre character might be his contract coming up and might be coming interested in WWE?
There is, and I would love for it, but I don't think he and Ray have enough history, even going back to their time in Lucha Underground together.
Yeah, that's kind of a tough one, because if there was that noted little rivalry somewhere, then I could be like, yeah, what a better.
I don't know much of that guy's history. I think he has a cool look.
Yes,
Right.
as you were referring to Penta El Zero Miedo.
Yeah, Pento.
He,
What is he? Pentagon, isn't it? Pentagon
Pentagon Junior.
Junior.
Yes, but it is Penta El
But-
Zero Miedo
Okay.
Yes.
That I just think it's a great look.
because the Pentagon name is trademarked in Mexico.
It is.
Okay.
Yes. So anytime he goes back to Mexico, he's Penta Junior. Pentagon Junior.
Okay.
When he was in Lucha Underground, he was Penta Junior.
Okay.
But now he's the
Chris
So-
coming in and saying it. In all honesty, it makes sense for Dom to be the one who retires Ray to a point. It's
To a
not
degree.
something that I want to see. It's not something that I care about.
What? Okay. So I'll be honest with you, and I'm not going to bullshit, not beat around the bush. Yeah, it would be nice for his son to retire him. No doubt. That would be something he could carry for the rest of his career. I was the one that retired the King of Lucha. But I want to see somebody push Ray to his absolute limit in Lucha. Like 100%. Just, make it so that it's you have to beat the shit out of me for me not to end your career.
Right.
I don't see Dom giving him that push, that last hurrah, that last, this is why I am the king of Lucha.
I do.
I don't.
I do.
Again, that is
but-
why we do this show, because we all have different opinions.
Because Dom is younger. Dom is learning the art of everything from everybody. It's not just lucha.
Yeah. No, I know.
I think Ray and Chad Gable could Chad Gable reminds me of like a Dean Malenko or
Jesus, yeah, right. Could you imagine if that guy could still wrestle?
Someone of that nature where he can do a little bit of both. He could do some head scissors and stuff like that. So that'd be interesting too.
I want the man who is now synonymous with WrestleMania, with retiring people at WrestleMania, and the man who retired Kurt Angle. I want Baron Corbin to do it.
Yes, he is the retirement king.
Wow.
Or JBL.
There's a good one too, because him and Eddie had the sweetest rivalry before Eddie died. What if, and I know it's probably never going to happen, because I'm not sure if these two gentlemen had a rivalry ever, but the Undertaker come back and take the soul of Ray and take it with him.
That would be cool to see. They didn't have a rivalry, but they have wrestled each other. I actually saw an interview with Ray where he said he he didn't do it on purpose. He missed the senton and busted Taker's orbital socket.
Is that who did that?
Yeah.
Was Ray? Oh, shit. Well, so there's a score to settle right there.
And even Taker went to him and was like, there's no hard feelings, dude. Like,
it happens.
It would be cool if Uncle Howdy possessed his soul and turned him into a dark Rey Mysterio.
For his last little
that
run.
would be Penta.
Well, I'll do Ray.
Speaking of one Uncle Howdy, Mr. Bulkster.
So
you said you wanted to talk about a segment, so here's your chance.
Yes, I loved it. And everybody was prepped. Everybody's ready. The countdown for Raw was getting closer and closer, and they're like, they got to end this soon if stuff's going to happen. And soon enough, they did. And
yeah,
we didn't know how they're going to present it, and they presented it like it was Bray Wyatt going to be coming out. And man, that door showed up, and they're like, oh my gosh, they brought back the door. They had the same tone. Now, we do not know if they're bringing back the music, if they got the okay to use the music. We just know they got the tone at the beginning. So we don't know if they're going to have different music or if it's going to be the same music that he had when he initially came back. But we got to look at the Wyatt 6. And it's not 6, it's 6 as in SICKS. And they still talk about 6 members, but it's actually 5 members and the spirit of Bray. That's what they keep on talking about. Is the lantern is the spirit of Bray.
We talked about that last night on the open mic night. How we put together that the lantern is Bray, obviously, and could be Bray and Luke Harper.
Yeah. And I think they're not putting a number behind it because then they're not restricted with 6 people. They can bring 7 people if they want to, or 8.
As long as they don't go NWO on us, we're good.
So I mean, I see in the future when Alexa Bliss is ready, she'll show up and be the 6th person or 7th person if you want to consider this the Bray thing.
That's what I'm doing. I don't care what anybody says. To me, that lantern symbolizes the original Wyatt family. That includes Bray, Luke Harper, right? Eric,
Yep.
and the big boy, Braun. Okay, well, Braun's not involved, so let's get him out of there.
And I think that
Luke
would help
Harper
his
is
career.
passed.
Braun was.
And Wyatt's passed. And the only person from the original 6 now that has anything to do with this is Eric Rowan.
Yes.
So to me, that lantern represents Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. And it always will because of how synonymous those 2 gentlemen are with the Wyatt family. And just what he did outside of WWE even made him a legit superstar in my eyes, period. Wrestling superstar, not just WWE or the other companies.
Right.
He's a superstar.
I'm with you 100%. I want Alexa Bliss as far away from that when she returns as possible.
I know I hate to say that, but I do too.
There's already been speculation. Was she hiding in the shadows? Because there was something appeared in a video that looked to have like the hair done up the way she'd have it done up, wearing a black top and black and white striped pants like Bray would have worn.
I want her to do whatever makes her happy, and she's said, well, that was the funnest time of her career. So if she loves doing it, and if it's going to be more of a work job to not be in that position, then I want her to do what she loves.
Hey, what if we have her and Nikki Cross being
women's tag team?
What if we have a little rivalry? Hey, you're the one that killed the Fiend off, and then her basically beating Alexa Bliss into submission to come back to the family.
The problem I have there is the repetitious storyline from the House of Black in AEW.
Oh, is it? I don't watch that, so I don't know.
Julia Hart did the same thing and sprayed the mist into the eyes of Sky Blue, which was what.
See, I don't watch.
We know that Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss were former women's tag team champions.
Yes, they were.
Together. So we know that there's that history. Could we let Alexa come back, and as we start seeing her develop, could we see her develop a darker side, but then that clash of Abigail versus Alexa?
But I don't think she wasn't Abigail. Nikki Cross isn't Abigail.
Nikki Cross
she's Abby the Witch. And that's not this. I think Abigail.
It was a typo on the thing that we were looking at, dude. By the way.
Abby the Witch.
Because they put Abigail, not Abby the Witch.
Yeah, Abby the Witch is Sister Abigail.
Oh.
So
it's one and the same, really. But anyway, I'm looking forward, regardless, to this whole unveiling of where we're going with these wrestlers now that are in this storyline, because I don't care who you are, you're involved in this storyline now because of how deep into your being this has gone, because of, unfortunately, Bray Wyatt passing away. So we're all super invested in how this is going to work now.
I'm just hoping they don't stretch it out. I'm hoping they get right down to business. And
I don't see them not. I see the shenanigans starting already because they took out Gable.
I mean, but he's been announced by Shoot. Who's the freaking manager?
Adam Pierce.
Adam Pierce made a tweet saying that he is cleared for action, that he can't be stopped.
And I'm going to be honest that is the dumbest idea that they have done with that because of what they did. And all of a sudden, he wasn't medically cleared. And then in a 24-hour span, he was medically cleared and going to compete in the triple threat tonight.
So, yeah, that was stupid. They should have dragged that out way longer till like tonight, right before the show, being like, okay, he's medically cleared, barely.
I wouldn't even want that. I'm going to say this. If you're going to tell us on Tuesday or Wednesday that he is not medically cleared and then tell us Thursday that he is, what's the point? I'd rather have him not be medically cleared, go into a match next week when he is cleared.
So what would you do with the main triple threat match that's coming up this week? Because it is part of our preview of this week. So let's get right into it.
I'm going to say find a replacement.
So you're taking Chad Gable right out of Money in the Bank then for this week?
For this week, okay. I would have.
So if you have this already preset, obviously it's preset. This is how things are going to work. Would you take whoever was supposed to be working next week in the Money in the Bank, go, this guy, say Gunther, just hypothetically here,
right?
Throw him in where Chad Gable's supposed to go this week and throw Chad Gable in next week where Gunther was supposed to be.
Yep.
Because that would be a hell of a banger of a match. You got Braun Strowman, Chad Gable. So we'll take Chad Gable out, put Gunther, and Bronson Reed. Could you imagine those three giant men going at it in that ring? I mean, the smallest dude in there is going to be
Gunther,
which if he wins this triple threat against two behemoth of men, that's, in my face, that solidifies Gunther as the ring general. Hands down, this dude, you can't throw shit at him and him cave.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, wow, that would be, I could see, that would have been a good storyline.
I will be honest with you, as I would have pulled another match from tonight, and I would have actually put in Braun Breaker versus Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed. You've got two guys named Braun and Bronson.
Jesus, that's too many B's in one match, bro. Holy. Bronson, and Bronson.
Holy. I mean, Strowman and Breaker could run around the ring and take each other out.
I knew you were going there. I knew it. I love it.
And, that leaves Bronson Reed to win, because Bronson Reed would actually be my pick to win if Chad Gable wasn't going to be the smallest guy in that match. But
so you think Chad Gable's going to win?
I've got Chad Gable winning.
Okay. And this is, okay, that's for Money in the Bank. Okay. Yeah, because he's not going after a title right now. He just wants to annihilate people because he's mad that his family left him.
Yeah.
So that's your first Money in the Bank match that we have, is those three gentlemen.
Chris saying Dragunov was originally scheduled to be in the match. Dragunov was actually the replacement for Chad Gable until they cleared Chad Gable 24 hours after saying he was not cleared to compete.
Braun and Bronson sounds like lawyers. That's awesome. But I agree with your thoughts of why would you clear him so fast after being beat down by what should be the most dominant and craziest faction going right now. Yeah, he should have been, no, you're not fighting. Even if you would have went out there without being cleared, okay, cool. You go out there, you get hurt more. Now you're being fined for not listening to the doctor's orders. And now you're not only that, you're being suspended for, we'll say 2 weeks, whatever.
Well, I'm pretty sure that there'll be some explanations on what actually happened to him. Maybe he you know, because they haven't really said it wasn't people. Everybody thought it looked like a gunshot to the head,
It looked like he took a shot.
but
He
apparently
should at
they
least have a
confirmed that it's
concussion.
not that. But so they have to figure out exactly what happened. Hopefully, they explain more of what technically happened. Why was there blood just on that spot of the head?
Because he took a shot to the side of the head from whatever object. You should have a concussion, bro. You should not be wrestling right now.
And
Yeah.
so
Now, do we see shenanigans involving the Wyatt Six and Chad Gable, or does this just further Chad's spiral in his madness?
It should be both. Like literally, they should come out and mess with him hard. Like whether the lights go out and then they come back on and nobody's in the ring but him, and then they go back out again, and now the guys are back in the ring again. Like, just make him think he's going crazy. Something crazy should be happening, because why else would you have Chad Gable centered out in them coming back?
Yeah, Chad Gable is centered out in all of this because, yes, he was the one wrestler that was actually taken out last week. Now you've also got him as the smallest man in this match of behemoths.
Yeah, these two, he should not be in this match. This is like putting Rey Mysterio against The Big Show and Andre the Giant.
Right?
Like,
yeah, this is interesting, though. Saying, can he pull it off? I want to see him do his back suplex to him.
We've seen him do it to Braun Strowman.
He's done it to Braun Strowman, bro. Like,
I see it anytime. I like it all the time. I like to see it. It's just amazing feat.
Well, Bulkster, out of those three gentlemen, who do you pick to win that match? Just for
so you got Bronson Reed.
Yes, Braun Strowman and Chad Gable. Like, who would you pick out of those three guys to go over?
I would love if Chad is going to be used in other aspects besides Money in the Bank, and you have these two other guys. I would like to see Bronson Reed win, because they're not really doing anything right at the moment with him. It'd be cool to have him, be chasing for this Money in the Bank. Chad's doing his thing with the Wyatt Six or whatever feud they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Bless you.
And I think that, and Strowman can go and frolic in the woods. I don't know.
He can go run choo-choo trains around the NXT ring.
I mean, he'd be better utilized in the Wyatt Six than he would what he's doing now.
Braun Strowman would be better utilized on the sidelines in catering, eating chicken parm with the Bulkster.
Eating chicken parm with the Bulkster.
There you go. I honestly, I'm a Bronson Reed fan. Like, that dude just goes in and doesn't like complete waste to people, but at a moment's notice that dude's gonna snap and something's gonna get broke.
Yeah.
So I'm in the same boat as you, Terry. I just Bronson Reed, man. Like, if Chad Gable's doing his own thing with that storyline, you don't need him in Money in the Bank. Braun Strowman is doing his thing with a bunch of other characters right now. So that leaves Bronson Reed is the kind of the low guy on this totem pole of, we need to do something with him.
Yeah.
And to see him be in Money in the Bank and actually possibly win it.
I would be thrilled for that. I would absolutely be thrilled for that, because I'm a huge Bronson Reed fan.
I think a cool moment would be. Oh, go ahead.
But I do think that you're going to have Chad Gable go over to then maybe be attacked again by the Wyatt Six.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to screw him.
But I also think that this might be where you start to see the formation of Chad with the Creeds in this match.
You think so? Okay.
I mean, and I was thinking, like, well, what would be a cool scenario with this three is if the Wyatt Six come out during this match or after this match, after we have the winner. And I think it'd be cool. And this would give Braun Strowman something to do, but I would love to have a stare down between him and
Rowan.
Rowan.
It would just be like, wow, this is cool.
That'd be intense.
So I
But
would like that would be cool too.
at the same time, I don't want the two of them in a ring right away. I really not right this minute.
Well, they can have a stare down, just a tease.
Yep.
But you got to think though, how close those two dudes were when they were wrestling together in the Wyatt family. Is that something you want to start out with right away? Is just
Yeah, I don't want to. I'd rather keep Braun and Alexa away from this for now, and then sort of build to that, possibly by Mania, if not SummerSlam next year.
yeah. I mean, again, it's just a personal.
But if it does happen, Bulkster brought to you first.
Toot, toot. The next match we have is
It's brought to you by Bulkster's Chicken Parm.
right.
Artie meal.
We have Valkyrie versus I can't even say this girl. My brain is just not working.
Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, Shayna Baszler versus
Kairi Sane.
Sure. Thanks, buddy. For making fun of me because I'm dyslexic and fucking retarded. Thanks. No, anyway, this is going to be a fairly good match because all three of these women can wrestle.
Yep.
We know Shayna has her experience. Like, come on.
Yep.
She's in the position she's in because she can wrestle. She's not just go in there and beat the shit out of people because I'm from the UFC and I can really fight. Right? No, she goes in there and she puts on a professional wrestling match.
Yes.
Not a fan of her because, I mean, I still can't find her damn eyebrows, bro. That throws me off. These guys are all laughing at me like, what the hell are you talking about? You ever look? Her eyebrows aren't up here where ours are. Okay, they're down underneath her, like in her eye socket. It's crazy.
That's because she wants to look mean.
She wants to look mean. Oh my god. But out of these three women, Mr. Bulkster, who are you gonna pick to win?
I think I would book Kairi Sane to win.
Okay.
Now you have two people in Damage Control in Money in the Bank. And because shenanigans can happen there during that match.
Right.
I mean, any of them can win. I mean, Kairi, it's a long shot, but that's only probably if other Damage Control people interfered like they did with EO.
Okay.
See, like last year, we had exactly that. We had Bailey and Io Sky in the match for Damage Control with Io Sky winning.
Yeah.
We're already seeing that friction within Damage Control on Raw and Io saying something needs to change or I'm going to change it myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't think Kairi's winning. I think this is going to further that.
Yep. Okay. I agree.
As much as, and I'd love to see Lyra win, but again, I'm going to take it on the fact that they don't need to strap this rocket ship to her. Yeah. She doesn't need the Money in the Bank right away.
No.
I'd love to see Shayna win, but I'm going to go with Chris Best, and I think Lyra's taking the win.
Yeah. I hate to say that. I hate to say this, but I think Shayna Baszler might take this match.
Okay.
Now, only because of the experience this woman brings as far as being able to withstand a lot of punishment from more than one individual, because I know she's been tag teamed on a few times and she's come out on top of that. So I'm gonna go with kind of my gut here and say Shayna Baszler is gonna pull this match out. I mean, I would love to see Valkyrie win. I would. But I don't think she needs that right now. It's just a little too soon.
Yeah.
But if she wins, I'm not going to be upset.
No, like I can see her winning, but I don't think she needs the Money in the Bank, so she doesn't need to win.
Yeah, she'll go to Money in the Bank, but she won't do very much. You might see her get up the ladder maybe once, twice.
She'll do a lot in that match. But
yeah, but she's not going to win it. That's what I'm kind of getting at. She's not going to win. But I think Shayna is going to pull this one out tonight. The Queen of Spades there.
Okay.
The next match is kind of my go to the bathroom, take a shower, have my gummy, and then might come back and catch the end of the match. That's Kazarian Cross. I think I said his name wrong. Carrion Cross. I just say Kazarian.
Because Kazarian was on NXT last week representing TNA.
That's why. Okay. And Kofi Kingston. Again, Kofi Kingston being part of the New Day, which needs to go and die. So tired of the New Day. And Mr. Cross, if he wasn't so watered down and basically pushed to the side with his ideas, yeah, I would be more impressed and more willing to watch this match, to be honest. But it's just my throwaway match. Could care less. That's, again, people, my opinion. Please take it as that. It's just my opinion.
I am with you to a certain point. Yes, I agree that the New Day needs to be done. But I think this match with Karrion Kross having gotten into their heads, and we saw it last week when Kofi stepped up and accepted this challenge, the look from Xavier Woods behind him being like, why are you stepping in on this with me? So you might be seeing some further descent there, if that's what you want to call it, within the New Day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what I think too. I think this whole thing with Carry-On right now is to build friction.
But I would love to see them do a lot more with Karrion Kross. For me, Kofi Kingston needs to go the way of the dodo and retire.
The dodo? You mean jump off a cliff? Holy. A little harsh. I agree with Chris though. Like I'm not. I don't agree. Sorry. I meant I hope he's correct that they're gonna be better than we think in this match. Again, they got to do a lot to impress me because I don't care. So many other people we could have put in that deserve airtime than these two.
Karrion Kross is actually a fantastic competitor, and the fact that he has not really been allowed to be himself since NXT.
Yep. I liked him in NXT.
And going back to when he was in TNA under the Killer Kross moniker, I would love for them to bring back that style from Karrion Kross, not this
watered down
I'm a glorified manager with two other managers beside me for a tag team that we're not doing anything with.
I feel it's like the Misfit stable, like Misfit Island from the freaking.
Oh, you mean Misfits in Action? Do you mean Misfits in Action from WCW?
Jesus, right? Or the Jobbers, you know what I mean? Like, just either give him the ability to do what he's good at, or let him go somewhere else where he can do said work. Because the Cross that I'm looking at right now, I don't even want to look at him. Like, it bugs me.
Right. So Chris is asking, Kofi needs to get hunted into extinction. Not necessarily hunted into extinction, but put into early retirement.
Paging Braun Breaker. And the man's career. Yeah, I'm talking about Misfit Toys from Rudolph.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I just, I mean, how hot can your wife be and you just be able to take what he's taking from the WWE and not being allowed to be creative and do what he's good at? Like, I would request to go back to NXT and be that character again.
Right?
Because, dude, I wanted to watch him back then when he was in
Right.
NXT with the Killer Cross. I was interested in the guy.
Well, he was Karrion Kross in NXT. He was Killer Kross prior to that in TNA, MLW, Ring of Honor.
When he was doing that stuff before he hit the main roster, I wanted to watch the guy wrestle. Like,
even when he returned after his release and getting involved in Drew and Roman. Brilliantly
like,
done.
how cool is that?
What?
That was cool.
Where
when
was
he came
the
back
payoff?
like that.
Where was the
And then,
payoff?
yeah,
He
just
never
went
got
flat.
a title shot.
Like, they just, oh yeah, who are you again? Where you, what? We don't know who you are. Go away.
Yep.
And now he's left in the back locker room with the janitor because who's that guy? He hasn't done anything significant since he come to the main roster.
Yep.
Yeah, because you guys stuffed him in said boot freaking closet and left him there to rot. Like, I'm think I'm more pissed off that they did that rather than be like, you know what, we have nothing for you. How about go back to NXT and or we'll let you go wherever you want and do what you need to do. But no, they left him on the main roster to do nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing noteworthy for me. I don't like this match. I'll probably end up going to have a shower.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to lie. It's sad, but that's probably what's going to happen. Unfortunately. What's Bulkster say?
I said I'm interested in the story between the dissension of the New Day. I think we might see some more. Like I said, I think definitely we're going to see some more of it today.
Nice.
Karrion is just that good catalyst to do it because of his promos that he's cutting for it, and just kind of worming his way into their head and stuff. It's a slow build, but and you just kind of want it over with. But then it's like, man, the payoff might be good and lead to other stuff. I'm interested in
do it.
I'm interested in seeing, possibly we might see something where Xavier comes out. Maybe I don't know if he'll be out at the ring, but I feel there's gonna be something where Xavier or either one's doing something to try to benefit the other one, and it's gonna backfire, and it's gonna look like sabotage.
Yeah, I get it.
And then you're gonna have Karrion come off with a win, and Kofi's gonna look at Xavier like, "Why'd you do that?" And they're like, "No, it wasn't me." And
I didn't mean to. And then that starts the whole fight.
So that's what I think is gonna happen.
That would be cool. I feel kind of the same what Best is saying here.
100%.
Get him to go after Sammy. Make it, if they could do. There's so much they can do with that character that they're not allowing him to do. Blows my mind because he could be a dominant force in the WWE, and they just don't let him. The next match is one of my new favorite wrestlers on the main roster, Braun Breaker versus Kaiser. This is extended from the match you were talking about, OMD, as far as the shenanigans with Braun Breaker and Sheamus.
Yes.
So,
and I can definitely see more shenanigans here.
Right.
Because I can see both Sheamus and Dragunov getting involved in this.
I could too.
We know that Dragunov has history with Kaiser and Gunther from Imperium from their days in NXT. But please don't give me that rivalry. I do still want to keep that separated. But Dragunov has had his issues with Braun Breaker. You had that match a couple of weeks ago. Now you've got Braun Breaker and Sheamus last week.
Yeah.
So I could still see this easily devolving to a tag match or a fatal 4-way at an upcoming show, whether it's a Raw, whether it's at Money in the Bank.
Right. I'm actually looking forward to this match, and I'm kind of hoping that the shenanigans do not happen till after we get the 1, 2, 3. I kind of want to see how Kaiser handles Braun Breaker and his super uber aggressive, like over the top kind of, I don't want to say attitude, but like his abilities right now are, because he's just annihilating people as it is. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Jesus. So I'm hoping. I know Braun Breaker is going to win it because they're building him right now.
Yeah.
But I was kind of hoping Kaiser would pull it out, and I'm not a Kaiser fan by no means. I mean, I appreciate the guy. He's got skill. I'll give him respect, but he's not at the top of my list of I have to watch.
See, again, though, I could see this because that's how the Braun Breaker Sheamus feud started out. As Chris suggested, he wants to see Karrion go after Sammy in the Intercontinental title. That's what brought Sheamus and Braun Breaker's match together. So now you could also factor in Dragunov, factor in Sami Zayn, factor in Sheamus, who wants the Intercontinental.
Right.
You could build a massive 5 or 6-way dance for that Intercontinental title, or a gauntlet for the Intercontinental title.
Or you could do a gauntlet for the number 1 contender for said title and leave Sammy sitting ringside commentating.
You could absolutely
and then
do that.
Have something happen, shenanigans at the end of the match, and now he's involved physically, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different ways to do this that it's endless, really.
Yes.
I can't wait for tonight's Raw because I know there's several matches more than what we've discussed. I just don't have them.
Right.
Because our guy that does that for us kind of only got the ones that he wanted to talk about.
But he left out the Chicken Parm Championship.
Right, he left it off there. Like, what a guy.
Because the Bulkster's not defending his Chicken Parm today. He's ducking challenges, and it's reaching his 30 days.
I mean, most likely you're going to have different builds from Seth versus Damian build to Money in the Bank. You're going to have probably more Wyatt 6 build. What's up with Drew McIntyre?
Yeah, because Drew's coming back to Raw tonight, they say.
Yes.
Live in Judgment Day build. And
does that mean that CM Punk's going to be there tonight?
Possibly. We don't know.
I mean,
yeah, I know he doesn't.
And where the hell is Odyssey Jones?
You fed him to Ryback and Goldberg.
Bro,
you did hear that Ryback is trying to get Goldberg. He's trying to book his own match at Mania. I don't know why. He's trying to get buzz, but he's trying to book.
He's trying to get himself versus Goldberg at Mania in Vegas in Goldberg's retirement match.
Oh my God.
Doesn't he realize you have to be under contract with WWE to get a match at Mania? He thinks if he gets enough buzz and it's really popular, it's going to end up being in a freaking side street in Vegas, Times Square.
It's going to be in...
There you go. Nobody wants Cryback. Thank you, Chris. Best. Appreciate that.
Best. If Ryback would call you, would you be his manager?
That's a tough decision, bro. How much money am I getting paid?
Yeah, but you have to follow your pride and you have to be associated with Cryback for the rest of your days.
Listen, money talks, bullshit walks, my friend. I would do it if I got paid enough.
I know. He changes tune. Oh, I love you, Ryback.
Hey, if he's paying my bills, Yes.
We're not eating for Ryback, okay? Nobody wants Ryback versus Goldberg. They can do that on an episode of AEW Rampage on Friday nights, and nobody's going to watch it.
The ratings for that 0.
Here, Ryback.
AEW
Here's more
shut
of
down.
your feed
We
me
are
more
having
energy.
we are having a mystery match,
Supplement.
career versus career.
Right. WCW legend himself. The smoke breathing. Who's next? Versus who's this guy? Rayback? What? Yeah, this loser from WWE that quit because he's a crybaby.
Because he wasn't getting fed.
What are you gonna
Wow.
say?
Bolster
I mean-
pulled his chicken parm privileges.
No chicken farm for
He
you,
ain't that shit, eh?
bad boy.
This is the
Bad
chicken
boy.
parm Nazi over there.
Who's been a bad boy? You have,
No chicken
Ryback.
for you. Dude, we're gonna get canceled just for making fun of the guy.
He's gonna talk about us.
No, not that it's
Let
gonna
him.
matter.
I'd like him to actually, hear this show, find us, and message and say, "Look, then have me on as a guest." Done
I
deal.
would love. Let's do it.
It will be the roast of Ryback on the Boar's Nest.
Dude, that'd be epic.
We would
The
be his.
uncensored version too.
We're gonna be his. What's it?
I don't know. Don't read minds.
Mr. Best, I don't think we have to worry about that because I don't think any of the independent companies have tried to book him.
No. Why would they? He's a quitter. He's a whiny crybaby. I wouldn't even pay for a plane ticket for that guy to go anywhere. Like,
No.
If you want to work, you get here. I'll give you $10. Like, oh my God, why? Of all the people, why Ryback?
Because
Because he's so
Bulkster
easy
has
to make
had
fun of.
Bulkster has had that secret man crush on him since he was an active competitor.
Oh
Right.
man, I used to like him a lot. I was his biggest fan.
You probably
You can
were.
imagine.
Did I not just say he's had the man crush on him?
Yeah,
Trying to feed him that chicken parm all day.
I
Get it
have.
done.
I might have had a shirt at one time.
Oh Jesus! How
Wait,
much
yeah, I
chicken
do.
parm did you
Feed me-
spend on that
let me
t-shirt?
guess.
More. I got a hoodie.
The lovely wife baked it into a chicken parm for you, didn't she?
That's awesome.
To feed you more.
I got
Oh,
a hoodie. Feed me more.
More chicken parm.
Anyways,
Dude.
ladies and gentlemen, as we are sitting
Yeah.
here just ribbing each other and letting it, giving Bulkster absolute flack for no reason, just because he's the Bulkster and we can. But we love the guy.
We do. Great guy. I'm only saying that now because you're sitting right here in front of me, but
I'm saying that because I genuinely mean it.
oh God.
I believe you, OMD.
Like I
Don't.
said earlier, Bubba, look at the people I associate with.
Right.
So
That is 100%. Well, let's do something real quick here before we go. Give a shout out to our sponsor at True North Customs, Mr. Nathan Reed. Give him a call. Go on his email and check out his Facebook because that's where he has a lot of his product now. And if you buy product from him, type in promo code TNC for True North Customs. And if you get parts from said gentleman and you need them installed, how about we go to the people right behind his shop, the professional auto people. That's my good friend Corey. Again, he can install almost anything and everything that you need done to your car and or truck and or bike. He does it all.
but
Bulkster.
would he put 4,000 kazoos in your girlfriend's exhaust?
He ain't coming anywhere near my girlfriend. Bruh. Bulkster, where can people find you?
You can find me at YouTube at The Bulkster Show. And you can also find me on TikTok at The Bulkster Show.
There you go. I highly recommend you go check out the Bulkster on TikTok, because him and his wife have so much fun doing their TikToks. It is incredibly funny. Some of the stuff that he pulls on his wife, dude, hilarious. Like, I almost peed on the one of them. It was great. OMD, where can the people find you, my friend?
The people can find me on the Book of Faces, Daniel Hrycyk, HRYCYK, on Snapchat, One Man Dynamic, capitals on OM&D, on Twitch, OMD17, and Discord at OMD6370. Visually, we will play a video as to where you can see all of us here in just a couple of moments.
That is correct. And I, myself, you can check me out on YouTube at Bubba OMD and the Twitch, Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke, where I stream a ton of different video games. Let's look at our calendar, folks, because this is Monday night, so here you go. There you go, people. That is our whole week of shows right there in one commercial for y'all. Definitely.
Cool.
What were you going to say, Terry?
I said, cool.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were going to continue saying something. So yeah, right as soon as this show ends, if you're watching on the Boar's Nest Bubba OMD YouTube channel, please stick around. Once the Raw patrol starts, it will kick over to the Boar's Nest as well, because I have been given permission to show it on the Boar's Nest. So everybody here gets to check it out as well. If you're not watching on the Boar's Nest, that is Bubba OMD, definitely check us out on there. And you can go to turnbuckle_studios as well. Everything is going through there except for this show right now, for the simple fact that they need it when they start over there, because we tend to run a little late sometimes. So that being said, Bulkster, anything to add to the end of the show, my friend?
To ya.
You know what, OMD? Fuck it, my friend. On that note, we out.
From all of us here at the Boar's Nest, and those of us who have to deal with the Bulkster on the daily, good night, good luck, we out.